I get asked the question a lot, what would I do if I wanted to gain weight? So a lot of you guys are probably in the same situation that I was in when I was younger. I was 27. I had just signed up for the Army. I was 6'2". I got there at 170 pounds. I was a skinny kid. I could run like the wind, but if the wind blew too hard, I went with it. Here I am now, years later. I'm still 6'2", and I'm pushing around 235, maybe a little bit higher on some days. How did I get from 170 to 235? I can give you some of those insights so you don't have to go through the pain that I went through. Here are 4 tips that will help you put on weight faster than you currently are, and I know they'll work because they helped me. Also, stay tuned for a bonus tip at the end of this video, because this was a major thing that I was messing up, and I bet you are too. Number 1 is eating. The first thing on eating is going to be protein. You need protein. We all know it. Protein is going to be good for building muscle and helping you to get the good weight on that you want. So some great examples of protein is going to be whole eggs. I don't like doing that egg white stuff because you want complete protein sources. Red meat, chicken, fish, just meat sources are always going to be a good protein source for you, and they're going to be complete protein sources. The next thing within protein is you need to make sure that you are getting between 0.7 grams and 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. I'll leave the formula for figuring out your protein intake in the description, so check that out. All right, so the next point within eating is making sure you get enough fats. You need fat in your diet. Fats are going to be great for helping you to have better joint health, better brain function, but especially making sure that you have enough hormones coursing through your bodies, because fats are being used to produce hormones, especially the anabolic ones like your testosterone and estrogen, which are going to be important for building muscle. What I do is I get all of my fats from all of my meat sources, the protein sources, because they're always going to have fats in them. Other examples of healthy fats that you can use is going to be extra virgin olive oil. You can do coconut oil. I love using coconut oil when I make some pancakes. Or you can even use butter. You can find fats in nuts and avocados as well. So add those to your grocery list. And the last thing within eating is going to be our favorite, which is carbs. If you're trying to put on weight, carbs are your best friend. Fill up the rest of your calorie intake from carbs. What the carbs are going to do is they're going to help give you the energy. They're going to give you the glycogen that's going to be in the muscle to help you lift and have better workouts. Some great sources of carbs are going to be white rice, both white and sweet potatoes. You can do grits, oatmeal. The thing about oatmeal is just watch out. It's very satiating. So if you want to get in more carbs, try not to eat the super heavy ones, but they're still very healthy as they're high in fiber. All right, so tip number 2, if you want to put on weight, make sure your workouts are great. The first thing you want to do is have a plan. If you have a plan, that means you're going to get into the gym. You're going to know what you're going to have to do. You're going to be able to execute it and get out of the gym as quickly as possible. Don't do any more or any less. Stick to your plan. Examples for having a plan is going to be keeping a journal and writing it down before you get into the gym. Having a coach that was going to provide you with step-by-step plans, or you can find stuff on apps that are out there like First Form and some other apps that are common. Also, within your workouts, make sure you're working intensely enough. Okay, a lot of people are going into the gym and you're just doing 10 reps and you're doing that for 3 sets. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on each set, taking it as close to failure as you can. And if you've never been to failure, make sure you have a training partner to help you out. So the biggest reason why you want to take your sets to failure is because science is showing now that taking your sets to failure is where you're going to find the most growth, and it's going to be very effective. So make sure you are working out and pushing yourself to failure, guys. Number 3 on this list is going to be sleep. So your sleep is not just there to make sure you feel good in the morning or you can focus at work. Your sleep is so important for so many functions, but for you, it's going to be important for getting your hormones in check. And the reason you want your hormones together is testosterone and your insulin. Those are going to be super important as far as helping you to build muscle, like we have already talked about. Also, while you're sleeping, your body is repairing itself. So your brain, your nervous system, but especially your muscles. While you're asleep, that's actually where you're growing. So you need to make sure that you are getting adequate amounts of sleep. Aim for about 8 hours. If you can get a little bit more, great. I get you have a busy life, but sleep is important, and if you want to grow, you need to do it. So number 4 is going to be vitamins and minerals. All right, so vitamins and minerals are not just in the Flintstone vitamins that your parents used to give you. Vitamins and minerals are incredibly important in terms of keeping your body moving and helping you to build a strong, healthy body. A great example of a vitamin is going to be vitamin D. One example of a vitamin that you need in your body is going to be vitamin D. Vitamin D is incredibly important as it helps you to absorb calcium, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And also, it helps you with muscle strength and protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is just a fancy way of saying taking protein and helping it get to your muscles so that you can get bigger. Calcium is a mineral that we've heard about as in found in milk and dairy products to make your bones stronger, but it's also incredibly important as it helps you to contract your muscles. In other words, when you're in the gym and you're lifting the weights, you're contracting the muscles, and you need calcium to help you to do that. As promised, your bonus tip is gonna be cardio. So cardio is all the rave now. And you're probably wondering, why am I talking about cardio in a video about gaining weight and building muscle? The reason I'm talking about it is because you're probably doing too much cardio. You might be eating enough calories, but then you go to the gym and you get on a treadmill, you get on the elliptical or Stairmaster, you go running and swimming, and you do all those things, and you end up burning your precious calories, which your body could be helping to turn into additional muscle. In other words, stop doing so much cardio. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. I thank you for watching this whole thing. And just to recap, make sure if you want to put on muscle, if you want to put on some quality weight and you want to do it fast, you need to make sure that you're eating enough protein, carbs, and fats. You need to make sure that your workout is a plan and you're working out with enough intensity. Get enough sleep. Make sure you're taking your vitamins and minerals, and stop doing all the cardio. This is Better Each Day. We're out.